Alan's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. Thankfully, finally, we are looking at Alan's Super XL-925. We unboxed this a week ago. Started working on it a couple days ago, and it had intermittent spark. When it came out of the box, there was a note from Alan saying it had no spark. I had spark initially, hosed it off, cleaned a bunch of bugs out. I still, even when I test fired this thing, there were still some bugs coming out of it. So I think they built a nest in the muffler, and yeah, pretty sure they don't like it when a saw starts in their house. But anyway, after I hosed everything down and cleaned out a big wad of grease, I had no spark. So started looking, and the generator coil that's underneath here is the closest to the outside of the flywheel. This is a three-piece ignition. You've got your, trying to think of all the terms, I think the coil itself is what's considered to be, well, it'd be the module underneath, a round module underneath the flywheel. That's the trigger mechanism. You get your generator coil that's outside of the flywheel, closest to the lamination, and then your transformer that mounts over here. That generator coil is what has all the leads, all but one. And those were all cracked and nasty looking, and there was actually a crack in the generator coil at plastic, the outer casing. So water had gotten in there. Used the, words are hard today, toaster oven. Toasted that thing like I would a Super EZ coil, and came right back to life. Almost. I got spark on the bench. I'd go to fire it up, it would rev and blah 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 blah. And it was clear that spark was intermittent. Well, did a little diagnosing, and after a couple things, I found the culprit. That is the spark plug wire. Those big damn dents are from the cylinder fins. And even though it didn't cut all the way through, it compressed that enough that it was creating resistance when there was enough of a voltage drop and enough grounding out that anytime you tried to rev this, it fell flat on its face. So brand new spark plug wire, and here we have it. So carburetor needed rebuilt, obviously fuel line. This thing oils like a wild weasel. You guys saw how much is dripping down here on the bench. Yeah, there will be no problem running whatever length bar you want when it comes to lubrication. This will handle it. I think Homelite recommended up to a 36 on one of these things. I personally think between 24 and 28 is that nice little magic number. I like a 28 myself, 27, 28. So this one's almost done. One strip screw on the starter here, get a Healy coil in that. Wrap this grip up a little bit, double check these rubber mounts. These handles are supposed to move a little bit, folks. Now as they wear, they move a little bit more, but that was the, I'm going to say half-ass attempt at some anti-vibration, a little isolation there. There's a rubber mount here, and there's rubber mounts underneath both of those screws underneath. So as long as the bracket's not worn, I'm just going to leave it alone. That's the way it's supposed to be. We get that done. Make sure the duckbill valves and the caps are good. I think. Oh, rim sprocket still needs replaced. Big thing was getting it running like that. That intermittent spark is kind of an irritating thing to diagnose and deal with. So anyway, Alan, I'm going to try and get this finished up today, and I'd like to let them sit for, I don't know, a day or two, and then fire them up again just to make sure I've got all the tuning right. But with any luck, I can get this thing headed your way sometime early next week.